Luka Doncic is a superstar in every sense of the word. However, sometimes it seems as if he gets a bit overlooked. Yes, most people recognize how good of a player he is, but oftentimes he gets left off of the current best player conversation. People will tend to drop names like James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James. However, Luka belongs in that conversation. And one thing that seems apparent, which we will discuss later, is that players in the NBA certainly have taken notice of the rising star. Since coming to the NBA after playing European professional basketball for 3 years, he has done nothing but dominate the competition. In his rookie season, he averaged over 21 points a game. Over the past 2 years, Doncic has posted averages of 28.8 points and 27.7 points per game. And during that 2-year span, Doncic has also averaged over 8 rebounds and 8 assists per game. Oh, and he is just 22 years old. But what do fellow players think of this young star? Did he rub some of them the wrong way when he made the claim that it's easier to score in Europe than in the NBA? Do players respect him? How do he and his teammates get along? So let's begin by discussing the famous quote that Luka made about scoring in the NBA. His exact statement was, "Here in the NBA, it's easier to score compared to Europe, of course," he said. In Europe, the court is smaller, and there is the defensive 3-second rule. I think it's easier to score here. Now, while this quote is pretty innocent, it may have given off a cocky vibe from Doncic, but I believe it's misconstrued. He works hard and has a quality playstyle, but even if Doncic was arrogant, his confidence has led to him moving to a completely new country and is still outperforming most of the competition. So what do players around the league think about him? We are going to look at multiple stars and what they have said about Doncic over the past few years. One player who has commonly been associated with him is James Harden, because they both possess extraordinary stepbacks.
Luka is Luka Doncic. He's obviously he plays at his own pace, and there are some similarities. He never lets anyone speeds him up, and he gets what he wants. And that's rare for a guy at a young age. I think he's 21 years old, to be able to dictate the game and control the game like he does. So obviously we all know he has a very, very bright future, and the Mavs got a special one.
Luka is one of my favorite players in the NBA today. From the simple fact of the way I play the game is exactly how I love the way he plays the game. Team first, gets his guys involved. If you challenge me to score, I'm going to score. And at the same time, I'm going to score, and also at the same time, I'm going to keep my guys involved. But I play for the team, and I'm gonna play with a sense of joy. When Luka was going through his contract negotiations with Nike, and you saw him at one point, he was wearing Jordans. He started wearing the other brands.
Other brands, you don't even say.
Yeah, I don't say the other brands.
So good at that.
He was wearing the other brands on his feet during practices in Notion. I wanted to begin Team LeBron and have Luka as my first signing with Nike.
Oh, wow.
This is what I wanted. I don't believe that my guys at Nike was ready for that. And obviously they were not, because he ended up going to Jordan.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if Luka knows this, but he would know it now. I wanted Luka to be the first signee of Team LeBron when he was going through his situation. And it didn't happen. He's still under the same umbrella of Nikes with Jordan, but I wanted him to be, and that's how much I believed in him.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, I feel like it's gonna haunt me a little bit.
It's gonna haunt you.
But I wanted him to be my guy. I wanted him to be my first guy, because I just love what he stands for. I love everything about him, both on the court and off the court. He's he's a great guy.
He loves playing with us, especially shooting the 3-ball. I know there's some crazy stat out there in terms of his 3-point percentages against us versus other teams, and his eyes lit up a little bit. He made some big shots tonight. He's always under control. He's tough to defend because of his size and his change of pace, and you got to be prepared for that step back three. You got to be prepared for his drives, and he's obviously got great court vision. So he can play at all 3 levels of the floor on offense, and they put shooters around him and try to create as much space, and he takes advantage of it. So, he's just very polished, and he's shown that since his rookie year, and he's gotten better. And who knows how high the ceiling is for him, but he's playing at a very elite level right now. and they're going to need that obviously to try to dig out that hole that they're in right now. So I'm sure he knows that.
Luka's a hell of a player. You know, he has so much in this game. You know, but you know, for us, it's about helping Drew. We asked a lot of him. He did a great job he made some tough shots, but you know, for us, it's about getting back to playing defense. You know, getting back to the defensive end and getting into people rebounding, being physical, and make teams adjust to us. And I think we did that in the second half.
I mean, tonight, I thought we played hard. You know, at times we think we let him get to his left step back too much, and you know, he got comfortable and he got hot and he made shots, and you know, it's hard to turn off that water once you know, a great player like that gets rolling. Yeah.
This will sound sort of trite, but it's true. He is a quintessential basketball player. He has an intrinsic feel for the game. He was built for this game. Also, he'd probably be a great team handball player. But at that size, to have that passing ability, that vision, you know, of the court, the confidence he plays with, you know, he shoots the ball well, he competes, he's just in love with the game of basketball, and his skills are top notch. So he's just a joy to watch.
I just remember my rookie year when, you know, it got to the point where, like, every time I was in one of those situations, it was like, this supposed to happen. I was just making those kind of shots, and you know, I feel like he's been having a lot of moments, you know, so far this season. So as soon as I seen him flip the ball up in the air, I was just like, we're gonna make this. We're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to go win it in overtime. So he's a really, really, really good player, you know, not just for a rookie.
He's tough, and super fun to watch. He does everything so well. He gets everybody involved. He can shoot it, get to the rim, sneaky athletic too. Man, if I had to say that, if I had to watch somebody play and me pay to watch, he goes in that category.
The two were addressing the fans, and Doncic started by speaking perfect Spanish and winning over the crowd. He then handed the microphone to Griffin, who was not quite as refined in the language. Blake was able to say a solid hola before reverting back to English. Griffin and Doncic shared a laugh about the situation after the fact. Now, with all of this praise, why would ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhorst call Doncic's character into question? In an interview with a Dallas radio station, Windhorst expressed Doncic as a difficult player to be teammates with. I don't know how many people are going to be excited to play with Luka. I think Luka is maybe a difficult person, he said. He's a great player, but when you watch the Mavericks play, he's barking at the coach, he's barking at his teammates, he's barking at the officials. He's always barking about something. He can really be an irritable guy. Some may call that type of attitude difficult, but also there are signs of leadership. He is not afraid to stand up to people and wants to win games. Windhorst's comments likely stem from the rift between Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Doncic reportedly despises Porzingis, and the duo have not been able to get along during their time as teammates. ESPN insider Tim McMahon reported that Doncic and Porzingis simply do not like each other, and that Porzingis does not enjoy playing in Dallas. Even the Mavericks owner Mark Cuban has noticed a feud between the two. Doncic apparently was extremely angered when Porzingis attended an LA strip club following a playoff game against the Clippers. Now, while the organization did not think much of the incident, Doncic wanted his teammates focused on the task at hand. Despite these reports, Porzingis stated that he does not have any issue with Doncic or any of his teammates. I've never had any problems with my teammates off the court. I've always gotten along very well with them. Now, to sum all this up, it seems like most of the NBA players are cool with Doncic. They respect his play style and believe that he is a true star. The only issues seem to come from his own organization, so it will be interesting to see if the Mavericks can clean up their chemistry issues and come together to try to win a championship this season. Their plan when they brought Doncic and Porzingis together was to have a duo lead the franchise to a dynasty of sorts. They are two dynamic players who should be able to work together based off a pure skill set. However, if they cannot get past that rift that separates them, Dallas might have to end up trading one of them away and tearing down the foundation. So what do you guys think of Luka Doncic? Do you believe that he and Porzingis can lead the Mavericks to a championship? Oh, and before you go, remember to like, comment. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you can receive all the notifications of our upcoming videos.